Hi, I'm Pat Fontenot. I'm the instructor for your COSC 1301 and ITSC 1301 class. This class is Introduction to Computing. This presentation is going to focus on some important details about the class that you have to keep in mind as we go through the semester. Your class begins October 23rd. The semester itself ends December 16th, and your final exam will be due on December 14th. COSC 1301 and ITSC 1301 are mirrored classes. In other words, I've combined both classes because it makes it easier for me to manage during the semester. The course is strictly an online course with no face-to-face meetings. However, if you would like to talk or you have a problem, I can set up a conference and we can meet via the conference online. Here's my contact information. Probably your best bet is to email me using your Canvas email, and I usually respond to those pretty quickly. If there's an absolute need that you want to come by and see me personally, just give me a call at my office phone, or actually email me, and we'll set up an appointment for you to come by. Here's some information on your textbook, and notice that this semester I've decided to try something differently. I'm going to make your textbook optional. Now, it might save you a little bit of money, but if you're like me where you need that tangible item, that textbook in front of you to read further on the information provided, then you can purchase the textbook through the NVC campus bookstore, or you can check Amazon.com and can purchase the book for very little money, because I'm using an older version and just updating it through my Canvas course as we go by. So remember, the textbook is optional. You don't have to purchase it. I'll give you all the information you need in Canvas. Here are your system requirements for the semester. Respondus Lockdown browser, and I'll talk about that a little later. A computer, PC or Mac. If you're using a Mac system, a lot of the things we're going to do relates to a PC, so you're kind of on your own as far as the Mac system. Computer speakers, microphone, internet access, Windows operating system, or if you're using the Mac OS, Microsoft Office Suite 2016, and a browser. Google Chrome or Firefox tend to work best with Canvas. Additional system requirements, you need the following plugins: Adobe Reader, Windows Media Player, Real Player, QuickTime, Shockwave, and or Flash Player. If you look at your online syllabus, you'll see these plugins and a link to each of these plugins that you can download to your system if you don't have them already available. This semester we're going to work on making you just a little bit more computer literate than you are now. Hopefully we'll do that. Some of the course objectives, we're going to define some terms used in technology. We're going to look at parts of the computer and attached devices. Look at the internet, differentiate between various operating systems, networking topologies, networking security, and cloud computing. Some other items we're going to cover this semester are computer viruses, social media, productivity software, in other words, software that you use to get things done. Specifically Microsoft Office 2016, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Access. And the thing most of you are concerned with, and that's my grading policy. Grades are calculated based on total points. In other words, if you're trying to figure out your grade, it's the points you've earned divided by the points that are possible, and that should give you your grade. Semester grades, we're going to have various assignments, and the points will vary. We have discussion questions that are equal to about 30 points each. You'll have a quiz each week worth 25 points. The quizzes are one essay question based on the information that I provide you during the week. And if you cover all the points in your answer, you should earn all 25 points. Your final exam will be multiple choice, 100 points. I mentioned Respondents Lockdown Browser. This is an absolute must. You cannot take any of your exams without it. You'll download it per the instructions I'll give you in your first week's module, and every time you take an exam, you'll go into Respondents Lockdown Browser. Keep in mind, once you start the exam, you've got to finish the exam. So have everything ready prior to entering Respondents Lockdown Browser to take your exam, because you cannot get out and then return to your exam. Now this is important too. Late work, absolutely not accepted. No excuses. I'll have 3 or 4 folks during the semester. They'll come and they'll have every excuse in the world for not completing an assignment or something within during the week. Not going to be accepted, guys. You'll have several discussion questions, and these questions I might give you a short video, have you take a look at it, and then post or pose a question to you, or I might just ask you a question that I'd like to see an answer, and I'd like to see some dialogue between all students in the class. For full credit, you've got to post a thoughtful response and answer to the question. After you've posted your response, the responses of your classmates will be available to you, and then you post a response to at least 3 of your classmates' postings. With your response and the response to 3 of your classmates, this totals about 4 posts to each discussion question that I provide you. You'll have several assignments during the semester, and all assignments are submitted through Canvas by the required date and time each week that it's due. All assignments are posted as an attachment and will normally be produced using one of the Microsoft applications, whether it be Word, Excel, or PowerPoint. Your college students, I expect college caliber work, and that means if I give you an assignment and it's a paper, then I expect to see some correct spelling, grammar, punctuation. I'm flexible when it comes to little things. However, it's normally obvious when a student doesn't spend too much time on their work, and they'll suffer from it as far as points taken off. Dates to remember: you've got to sign into your class October 23rd, that's the start of the course, and complete the first assignment, which is a pre-course survey, by 11:59 p.m. that Wednesday, October 25th. If you fail to do this, then you'll be dropped from the class. Again, if you have not participated in the class by census date, October 30th, you will be dropped from the class. Non-participation is defined as a student not submitting any work for an entire week. After that, you're pretty much on your own. If you're not committed to the course, then you have to withdraw yourself. Or you're going to earn the grade, or I should say you'll receive the grade that you earned. If you have any technical problems during your class, keep in mind I'm not your tech guy. I just don't have the time to do that. Refer any problems with Canvas or your course to the contact information on the technical support information page in Canvas. The Support Central number is provided for you right here, and the Canvas Help Desk is option number 2. Waiting until the last minute to work on assignments and then experiencing any kind of technical problems is not an excuse for not turning in your work. You're on your own after that. All work during the semester each week will be due by 11:59 p.m. on Sunday of that week. Exception is the first week, when your pre-course survey is due on that Wednesday, and your final exam will be typically due on a Thursday, Friday prior to the end of the semester. Grades for all work will be posted by Monday evening of each week, and if you have any questions for me, simply email me. I respond pretty quickly. Pointers for success in this course: commit yourself to the class. If you're not going to be committed, withdraw now, because at semester's end, you're going to get the grade that you've earned. Submit to me quality work. It's pretty obvious when a student spends very little time on an assignment and submits what I consider non-college level work. Take notes for use at the end of the semester. You'll need them for your final exam. Remember, when you enter respondents to take your final exam, you can't leave. You have to complete it. And at the end of each unit reading, you'll find some questions. Answer those. Use those as your notes. Don't give me any excuses for not turning in work, guys. A lot of students have tried it, and it just doesn't work with me. This is not a difficult class. All of you, well, good majority of you, will probably end up with an A in this class if you turn in all your work and you commit yourself. Good luck, and again, if you have any questions, email me, and I'll respond relatively quick.